Hey everybody, what's going on? You ever had like this desire in your heart to like make a really big impact, but you just need help? Listen, I'm here. I need help. I need your help for real, like real bad. Because there's this opportunity on my side that I got to go to, and the opportunity isn't even just for me, right? It's an opportunity to go into a mentorship program that from my side is going to give me $40,000 roughly of mentorship access, which is huge, right? But it's not only for me, it's also an opportunity for you too. Because there's a woman named Lola Tomorrow who's offering Women of Christ, right, a chance to become the 100 leaders of tomorrow. And I love this part because she's giving us the blueprint when it comes to a market strategy. She's giving us a blueprint when it comes to being able to build out our businesses, our funnels. We're going to be doing the photography stuff, getting styled, all the things that are necessary. So this way, when we leave that retreat, right, because it's a 4-day retreat, we leave branded in a way that really does like bring people to us. And I thought that that was fascinating and important because I've seen her work and her work is like phenomenal. And this is something that I've been wanting to do, been wanting to work with her in a different capacity, but I've never had the funding to do it. This time around, she's doing it at absolutely no charge, but she does want us to help her with her passion project. And I felt like that was valid because I just saw Kimora Lee on her passion project, right? Her missionary work that she was doing. I forget where she was at. I want to say the Philippines, but I could be wrong. But Kimora Lee was doing one, and one of the clips that I saw on one of the reality the talk shows, right? Either Tamron Hall's or Sherry's. And she talked about how she was helping, in the room watching the kids who were getting the dental work because of like the cleft lip. And I thought that that was so important because it does make a difference, right? To feel good about yourself, to look in the mirror, be excited, be happy and stuff. So watching Kimora like talk about the impact that she was making in the lives of the children there, and then getting an opportunity here by Lola, where she's talking about how she wants to impact 5,000 children. I was just looking like, okay, God, that's interesting because these opportunities for me came up within a week of me hearing about one and then the other one being presented to me. Now, this is the part. The part about the sponsorship of these children, I feel like is huge because it's only $43 on our part to be able to help out the kids. And they're getting resources, right? They're able to get, health screenings, they're getting toys, they're getting whatever it is that they need. And it's through Compassion International. So Compassion International, they're basically helping out different churches that they have already been affiliated with. And then the churches are distributing the resources to the families that are already connected to them. And they're doing this work literally internationally. So all over the world, which I think is phenomenal. One of the things about this particular project that I thought was really cool was that not only is it like her mission or her idea to like impact 5,000 kids, but she's also going to open up a community center. Now, because I got accepted into the executive leadership program, I also had the opportunity to go with them to the Dominican Republic, you guys, for free, to be able to watch them do the whole ceremony of the opening of this and have the opportunity to meet the child in person that I'm also sponsoring at the same time. But here's the thing. In order for me to actually be able to fully receive all of this, I need y'all help. I need you guys, number one, if there's ladies who are truly like, hey, I'm a business owner, but I need a revamp. I need a revamping of my business, my structures, my systems, and I just don't have the finances. This is an opportunity that you can most definitely do because there's no cost to you to do it. And then two, if you're somebody who's like, hey, maybe I don't actually want to go to the retreat part, but I would love to sponsor a child because I just believe in helping out other people, then I want you to use one of those links in the description box below. And here's how this helps me, because the actual trips for me to go to Dallas for the 4-day retreat is 100% free. She's paying for it. The same thing for you. If you're somebody who feels like you want to be on my team and you're like, hey, I would love to be able to go out there. I would love to be able to have my business, revamped and whatnot, the structure, the business systems, the photographs, the photographer, the pieces, the makeup, everything, literally a whole brand, like it's literally a whole brand shoot entirely type of thing for if that's something that you're like, hey, that's me, then I would love to have you on the team. Click the link. Again, there's nothing that you have to pay for it except your flight to get to Dallas. As far as the Dominican Republic part, that one is different. That team is already set. but you're more than welcome to still get the whole branding experience, which I would love to have you in, because for me, I've been there where, and I'm still there, right? Where I'm like, I would love to have a mentor, who can do everything that I need from top to bottom when it comes to like giving me the systems, the structures, and things of the nature, but they're not having the pieces and stuff like that set up for it. So I understand that that's necessary, right? The investment, which is why I know that this is a $20,000 to $40,000 investment that she's doing for me. And because of that, I definitely want to do my part. So if her passion project or her mission, right, is to help out 5,000 children, I would love to be able to help them out as well, because I have my own children. And not only do I have my own children, but I understand the value, right, of being able to have access to the necessary things that you need, right? Especially when it comes to healthcare, especially when it comes to having running water, especially when it comes to having food on your table and things of that nature. Like these are things that we should have access to. We shouldn't have to go fighting for them on a day-to-day basis. So to me in specific, it's like a no-brainer. Like I'm down for the cause because that hits home for me. And then the bonus is just the fact that we get to do this at no charge, right? When it comes to like getting the rebranding, like the business part, that's like the icing on the cake here. The real impact are these kids. The real impact is knowing that a child, has gifts, or knowing that a child has what they need, or knowing that a child is able to get the education, right, that they need so they can go back to school and things of the nature, because they now have access to be able to do so. Like I can't imagine what it feels like to be a mom and to just, have her husband go to work all day long, to come home and what he made in the week is barely enough to put food on the table. I can't imagine how that must feel for that family to be overcrowded because they don't have any other place for their other people to go to, but they have to stick together because that's how they are. Like, I don't know how that feels, but I praise God for what I do have. And it definitely sheds light on what we are able to value and what's in our core, because we realize that God has given us room to be able to expand, right, what it is that he's doing in our own lives. When I was a child, when I was in high school or just out of high school, I was an AmeriCorps volunteer. Now, I didn't do the Peace Corps. I didn't go internationally, but I was an AmeriCorps volunteer, and I did work I worked at a daycare center that also serviced women as well, who didn't have high school diplomas, who were trying to get their GEDs, who were trying to get their life together, who some were homeless, who some were coming out of DV situations, and so much more. And a lot of the kids that I worked with were kids who may have had behavior issues. One of the children, they were born, addicted to drugs because their mom was on drugs. And I remember personally, like that first year that I did AmeriCorps, when I was there, it impacted me. I didn't have kids at that time, right? But it impacted me because I understood the value of being able to give back, the value of being able to be used by God just as a shining light day to day for these kids in that room. And even if their home life wasn't the greatest, they had love here within the daycare. Even if, they didn't get the hugs and stuff that they desired at home, they got hugs from us at school. So for me, I got to witness that impact. I got to see what that looked like on the other side. So being able to come out and doing volunteer work is nothing. Being able to come out and saying, you know what, God, maybe I'm not in that physical place, but I could offer $43 a month. Or I can say, hey, God, I would love to, be one of the people to do more. Like, who else can I get in my network to help out as well? Because impact makes a difference when we all come together. This, like I said, is impacting a lot of children when we sponsor them, when we're coming together, when we're putting our networks together, we're able to build out a community for them. And in specific, in the Dominican Republic, is also going to be building out a legitimate community center. Now, the $43 per month that's going to the children that are being sponsored is not related, right, to that. It's entirely separate. The money that she's using for her community center, that's her money. That's something entirely separate. The money that we're putting towards when it comes to sponsoring the child, no, that is going to the different churches that are in those different communities, in those different areas. So it don't have to just be in the DR, but it's going towards them. And because it's doing that, they can do what they need to do. So I know this was like a really long video, you guys. I know this is like not my typical video, but I want to help. I want to help because I really want to go to the Dominican Republic to see the ceremony. I really want to be able to go and get this branding for the business part. but I also want to be able to be a part of the impact. And to me, I did my part. I sponsored a child, but I didn't want to just let that be me alone, because I know that there's other people who be feeling it on their heart to do more. And maybe they don't always know where they can do that or where their impact can be made at. And I also know that there's women who are just like me, who desire to see their business to grow and thrive, because they know that God has given them a vision, but maybe they need the mentorship and just haven't found the right person. And I do believe in faith that what you have around you, those that are connected to you, can lead you right there. So I'm believing in faith that when you click the links below and you pray on it, God is going to lead you to exactly what you need to be doing in this season. That if it's meant for you to be one of the 100 leaders of tomorrow, that you'll be able to join and we'll be able to work on this together. And then you'll also be collecting your 30 sponsorships as well, because that's part of the process. But if you don't choose to be one of the ladies of tomorrow, then I also believe that you'll share this out with a network, with a friend of yours who also can be an impact, because it's a blessing to be a blessing to somebody else. So thank you so much, you guys, for listening to me. Peace and blessings to all of you guys. And I hope you guys have an amazing day. Bye for now. All right. So we are going to stop. Yes. Nope. Wait, go ahead. Sorry.